Hello everyone, in this video I will explain my code of Python which is written for a challenge in Topcoder. The goal of this challenge is to download a compressed zip file, which is XML, from FTP server, uncompress it, and upload it into Salesforce folder inside Document tab. This video has been recorded with text-to-voice converter, and I believe Topcoder is the correct platform for using these new technologies. Before I start, I would like to tell you that I have used GoDaddy public FTP server for downloading the zipped XML file for demo purpose. You can use any of your FTP servers. I will explain the code in following order. First, I will explain method for downloading zip file from FTP server. Second, I will tell the method of uncompressing the downloaded file, and lastly, I will show you how to upload this XML file in your Salesforce document tab. All the account information is there in configuration file, which should be there in same directory as our main Python script. I have made two Python script. One having GUI and other one is without any GUI. In this video, I have explained only non-GUI version as this is our only objective. GUI version is an addition and improvement. There are few things which you need to know. You must be having a Salesforce developer account with REST API call enable. Screenshot of how to enable this option has been included in deployment guide. We have stored account information and other details in configuration file, which should be there in same directory as our main Python script. This configuration file contains various line. Let's give a closer look to this file, and then we will move to the methods of our main Python script. Let's look at our first method of FTP download. This method receives dictionary as an argument. First line is making a FTP method call by passing server name URL. Next, we are now making a login attempt by passing the username and password. As I told in starting of this video, I am using GoDaddy server, whose username is auctions and password is empty. Okay, here I am making a call to NLST method. This method fetches names of files from FTP server. Here we are traversing the entire array to check whether our file, which we want to upload in Salesforce, exists or not. If the file is there, we are printing a file download started message. If the file is not there, we are printing file not found and coming out of this function. Okay, if the file is there, then our next target is to copy that file in our local directory. So, here we have opened a new zip file which is named same as our source zip file in binary mode for writing purpose. WB shows it's for writing purpose in binary mode. Here, we are now using read binary method to write content from FTP source to our local zip file. Now, here we are closing this local binary zip file. Next, we have closed FTP connection. Lastly, this function returns success value, which is 1. Now, let's look at our next method, zip file. This method receives dictionary as an argument. Here, we have used try and except block to catch error. Inside this try block, we have used zip file method in reading mode, and now here, we are extracting all files inside this zip folder. If there is any error, it will go inside this except block. Here, my code will print error and will exit from this function. If our zip is successful, it will call our next method, Salesforce upload method. I will explain the details of this method later in this video. Now, here I am deleting both the zip and extracted file with use of os.remove method. I want to mention that I have kept return value from Salesforce upload method in this variable. If return value from Salesforce upload method is true, this will print Salesforce upload is successful. Otherwise it will print it failed. Finally, this method will return appropriate value. Okay, now let's look into our Salesforce upload method. It receives dictionary as an argument. Now, let's look inside this method. This statement is making a call to Salesforce account. We are passing 3 parameters here. First one is username of your account. Second parameter is password of your account. And finally the last parameter is the security token of your account. The result from this will get into this variable. I have provided screenshot of window, from where we will get to know our security token from Salesforce page. Next, here we have fetched session ID. Here we are querying all folders and selecting only name and ID. Now, here we are traversing all folders, and if our folder matches our target folder, we are printing folder found and continuing our method. If we failed to find, we are printing error message and exiting from this method. Now, here we have opened our extracted file, and copied its content into our body variable. Also, we have encoded this in base 64, as Salesforce accepts base 64 encoded text, otherwise text content at Salesforce will appear garbled. Now, let's move on to next statement in execution. Here we are calling post method in Python. We have used requests package for this post method. This is very important part of this method. In this method, we are passing various parameters. First one is the URL, which is specific to document tab. In this we have concatenated instance, with our URL. How to get instance, is again shown in deployment guide. I request you to look into the deployment guide. Next parameter is header, which is a document having two key value pair. First one is content type with its value as application JSON. It tells us the format in which we will send our data to Salesforce call. Finally, the last one is data. It dumps everything using JSON.dumps. It also has three key value pair. First one is folder ID with its value as folder ID of folder, in Salesforce document tab, where we will upload the XML file. The second key is name, with its value as file name, which we want to upload. Last key is body, with its value as content of the file with encoded base 64 format. Finally, we will print the response of the return value, which is a JSON value. Before we run this program, I will show you my main method and the constructor of class ftp2Salesforce. Now, let's have a look on main method. Inside this main method, we have created an object of class ftp2Salesforce. This will call its constructor. Let's look at constructor now. This is our constructor. Here we are opening configuration file and filling up information in dictionary by reading every line and splitting on equal. Now, here we are calling ftp download function. If the result is success, from previous call, we are calling zip file function. We are printing success and not success based on the return value. This concludes our main Python class. As an addition, this challenge has asked us for scheduling our main Python script every night at 10 p.m. EST. For scheduling purpose, I have used Python crontab functionality. If you want to implement crontab, you need to run this script. If you don't want it, you can simply run our main Python script. Moreover, at to location, you need to add absolute path of your script. Let's have a look at our schedule.py script.